Demon Slayer is getting the Big 3 title in a few months, and then the graphic says, Demon Slayer is set to replace Bleach as the new member of the Big 3. Now I would give Zoro the benefit of the doubt and say that he's just rage baiting, but unfortunately, I've seen way too many people try and replace Bleach in the Big 3 with another anime. I genuinely don't think that people understand what the Big 3 in anime means. The Big 3 were the top 3 most popular and influential manga/anime series in the early 2000s. This era lasted to the early to mid 2010s, and these 3 anime were so popular that it made its way to the West and dominated. Now what is the most important thing to take away from what I just said? The era started in the early 2000s and then ended in the early to mid 2010s. The Demon Slayer anime came out in 2021, so unless you have a time machine, it is impossible to consider Demon Slayer part of the Big 3 because it did not air during that specific era. Not to mention, Demon Slayer isn't half as influential as Bleach. Bleach is literally one of the animes that inspired Demon Slayer. I will give props to Demon Slayer though, as it sold over 220 million copies of its manga compared to Bleach's 130 million. That's why Demon Slayer is a part of the new Gen 3 and is arguably the most popular new gen anime. But it will never be in the Big 3 as the Big 3 era was before its time.